6?
Just got to make a better decision, better throw. Great play by DB. It's a great play, and again, for me, obviously, you got to make a better decision, better throw. So that's on me. And then also, again, good play, but obviously, I can't make that happen. So that's on me.
Bryce, you went up tempo early in the games. That's something you guys talked about throughout the week, and how comfortable are you doing that, not only late game but in game?
That's true. I'm sorry. Was there a question? I don't mean.
With the up-tempo offense, going a little more no huddle early on and going kind of up-tempo, is that something you're more comfortable with doing in the middle of games instead of just having maybe a late drive where you have to do it? Have you had time to talk with coach about that?
It's all about film. You go in with a plan. You go in. You talk about how you're gonna attack the game, and then again it's based off of film and how things are going. So you can't really go into games of we're gonna do this the whole time. We're gonna do obviously you have a you have a game plan. You have stuff you can control the initial thoughts, but after that I trust Coach Wright, trust his feel, and that's just how it's gonna be moving forward.
Bryce, that's a really good defensive front. How much did the consistent pressure make it hard to get in any kind of rhythm offensively?
Really good defense, really good defensive front, like you said. Obviously it's not the, it's tough, but that's no excuse. There's things that I definitely can do better. Things that, as an offense, again, that's a really good defense, but we're striving, pushing to be, we want to be a great offense. Obviously, we know we have a ways to go. We have to keep building. We have to earn that right. But it's NFL. We're competitors. There's no excuse. First and foremost, again, I have to be better, regardless of what's going on around me. I have to be able to control what I can control. Make sure we're managing stuff. Make sure that still try to find positives. And again, we all take that mindset as a unit. Obviously we want to make sure that there's going to be great units. There's going to be great players against the NFL. There's always going to be something good on the other side of the ball. That we can't let that hinder our execution. So we have to improve on that.
Frank said you're built to handle stuff like this. What makes you built to handle stuff like this? And do you ever anticipate stuff like this?
First and foremost, I lean in on my faith through ups and downs. And of course, I don't expect anything, good or bad. I'm well aware. I believe God guides my life. Big picture, what happens, that's out of my control. And I trust God through everything. So I lean on my faith, lean on my teammates, lean on the coaching staff. And of course, it's not ideal. It's tough. It's hard. But it's for a reason. What that reason is, again, that's not for me to know, not for me to dwell on. I lean in on my faith, lean on the guys in there. We all lean in on each other. And we have to take it for what it is and figure out a way to make it positive and keep building off of it.
How strange was it going silent count at home?
Sorry.
How strange was it going silent count at home?
Obviously different. Cowboys fans, they travel well, so respect to them for that. But again, it's a circumstance. We do that half the year anyway. It is what it is. Again, it's a circumstance that we have a ton of snaps, a ton of reps going silent. It wasn't a big switch up, wasn't a big change. We play a lot of games like that as it is. It was what it was.
Bryce, how does it affect your ability to pass from being pressured and sacked so many times in one game?
Again, we look at things as a unit, as a group, as a whole, and it takes all 11. And there's no finger pointing. There's no there's no one person, one team. So we all could do better. Again, whether that's getting through reads, maneuvering throughout the pocket. Again, we all take ownership in that. And again, we want to execute at a high level. And again, that wasn't what happened today. Again, I take responsibility for that. That's on me first and foremost. And then we all look in the mirror. So ultimately, again, it's not one thing. It's not one reason. We just have to execute. And didn't do that well enough today.
Bryce, is it hard to? I've asked you this before. Is it hard to find the good when you don't have the results that you need to? How difficult is it for you to self-scout and develop and continue to grow when you don't have that win that kind of comes along?
of course, it's harder when you're not seeing the results you want to see. You know, it's always more fun to coach off of a win, and it's you know, it's easier if you're successful to be able to take the little things and grow. But that's not our circumstance, and you know, we have to earn that right. And at the same time, you know, you build that hunger. You know, you're able to look at it from the other perspective of, you know, back feeling like it's against the wall, and we have that mentality throughout the week, and that's not a bad thing. You know, we have to have urgency. We have to build, and of course, it's not ideal. But ultimately, it's where we're at. And again, the competitor in all of us comes out. You know, we don't flinch, and you know, we have to take it for what it is. So whether it's good, it's bad, one way or another, you know, we try to have a growth mindset through everything. So of course, it's always more fun to do it off a win. It's not our circumstance, but that's part of the business. So it's no excuse for us, and we have to keep building, keep growing.
Bryce,
This will be the last one.
10 games into the season, I guess 9 for you. Everybody's beat up around this time, but how does your body feel? You take a lot of sacks, a lot of hits.
Body feels great, which is a blessing. You know, it's yeah, it feels good. So grateful for that.
All right, thank you, Bryce.
Appreciate you guys.